Welcome back, hodlers. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, we're getting through it. I need some vitamin D because it is gloomy as all hell outside, but crypto is at a green day. Among all the FUD that we've dealt with through this week, the Evergrande event that happened, we talked about it. I don't think a lot of crypto YouTubers really talked about that much, but definitely that shook up a lot of markets. Now we do see markets coming back to life. Dow, everything else. I even dropped a little bit of money in some equities that I've been looking to buy for a little bit. So it was good to see a kind of drop and a pickup from there. So first and foremost, I wanted to talk about Cardano. Cardano, are we on track for that $4 Cardano that we talked about? Let's talk about this article here by AMB Crypto, and then we'll go into the charts, discuss what we saw in the last Cardano video that we did, and talk about why $4 is still very possible. So will Cardano make the $4 by the end of the year? I'm already going to give you a spoiler. In my opinion, yes, I think absolutely. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two biggest well-known crypto competitors for Cardano. I'd say lump in Polkadot in there as well, maybe Solana. Now the year-to-date performance already for Cardano is roughly 1,000%. Now in this article, they did quote the CEO, Nigel Green of Deverne Group, which is an investment firm. And he basically mentions that Cardano has a reputation for being the green currency, and it could absolutely obtain all-time highs and eventually reach that $4 mark by the end of the year. So that is something that he did predict. Now, there also have been a number of other people saying similar things about Cardano, where it's going to go, but he's been a pretty big proponent of it going to that $4 mark. So we talked about this as well. Now, looking at the Cardano chart, we can clearly see that we're on a green day. Now, this will look interesting. We talked about trend lines in the video yesterday, so go check that out if you want to learn how to draw a trend line and how we drew these. So when we drew these, we had no idea where it was going to bottom out. So again, I drew these because of the interaction here with the price, and then eventually we're able to hit this low. Once we hit that low, then we are now shooting up. Now, the rest of the market is shooting up as well. Just to take a quick peek, we're not going to spend too much time on it. Bitcoin is up right now. XRP is up right now. We're looking at Ethereum is up right now. Everything is basically up from a significant drop. We do see now we are trading within this channel that we've built, right? So we drew our two trend lines, one at the top, one at the bottom. I did say that the lowest that we would probably see Cardano go is roughly the $2 mark, went to $1.90. So we were dead on there. We went to the lowest point, and I think that is the bare bones that Cardano is going to go. Now, of course, what's happening in the crypto market could be, a bounce of some kind, maybe a relief rally. And in that, we could go back down, retest back down to this level and see whether or not we're going to break or hold. Now, I do think regardless of what happens, I think $4 is going to be in the cards by the end of this year, not by the end of the market cycle. Again, I'm calling for roughly a $5 to $8 Cardano by the end of the market cycle, most likely closer to the $8 range. So we also drew this line here talking about how possible it is for Cardano to reach a $4.75 ADA. Now, there are a couple of different pathways that we can go from here to reach this point. Keep in mind, this line goes all the way up to December 31st or January 1st of 2022, which marks the end of the year. So we need to go from here, and we're looking at the daily chart, so keep that in mind. We need to go from here all the way to here within the next couple of months. So is this doable? Well, let's look at some previous moves from Cardano to see, okay, can Cardano do this? Has it done similar moves in the past? So if we take a look at, say, this drop here from its ultimate low, we kind of move that over, kind of go through right here again, match up that little peak, and we see that Cardano easily reaches that in short order by the end of October. I'm not saying that this is going to happen by the end of October. All I'm saying is that these moves have been done by Cardano before. So let's go and see something else. Maybe not so much of a dramatic increase in such a short time. Let's take a look at more this pattern here where we had a significant drop and then another blow off and then go here. So if we move that and take this fractal over, very similar thing, and we do hit that $4 Cardano or above that $4 Cardano before the end of the year. So again, we're still in the realm of things that Cardano can do. These aren't moves that are out of the question, and we're not talking about huge moves like something like this. Obviously, like a move like this is probably not something that we're going to see. Just for funsies, that brings Cardano to roughly $48. We're not going to see a move quite like that. we are probably going to see, and my most realistic assumption is we'll see a move similar to this, where we go up, we fight with our all-time high again, we kind of break down as a line of resistance there, and then eventually shoot back up, and we're able to get to our $4 mark. Again, this is all speculation when we're talking about fractals, not exact science, and I'm not saying that it's going to happen exactly that way. I'm just showing you that these moves are possible, and within this frame of time, we can easily hit that price of $4. Just to put that in even more perspective, $4 is roughly around here. So even with that, you can see that our target, or the $4 target, is significantly lower than what I'm calling it at the 475, which I do believe the 475 is where we are going to hit next after we hit our all-time high. Cardano seems to go up in leaps and then hold some sort of support at that new leap. We saw that here where we were able to jump up and then broke down a little bit, but we still held a good amount of support at certain levels. And again, if we draw our trend lines, we can easily see where those levels line up. So we can see how many times the chart interacted with around this price. So here, over here, and again here, and here, and here. So numerous times we've kind of hit that line. So this tells us that this is a significant line of support. And again, that's basically how we're drawing this line here, kind of gauging it from here. And now we have our second hit on the line of support. So again, most likely what Cardano is going to do is retest that line over and over, trade within our channel, doing basically nothing for a short period of time. Everyone's going to say this is boring. It's a wallet app. It does nothing. Smart contracts aren't doing anything for the price. What's going on here? Where's my Cardano? And then one day it's just going to go up, and that's just how Cardano works. There's a lot too to keep in mind about the ecosystem with Cardano. Now, personally, I am still on the side of things that most likely we are going to see an uptrend fairly soon, as long as Bitcoin can overall recover and get back up to some high levels. So other things to kind of keep in mind while we're paying attention to the Cardano price are the dApps that are going to be coming out on the Cardano blockchain. So a couple, we've already talked about some on the some on this channel. One being Sundayswap. We've taken a look at that a number of times. They'll be offering IDOs. They're going to have their stake pool opening up. So there's a lot still coming to Sundayswap as well. We'll be taking a look at the roadmap in a moment. Ariana is also an exciting Cardano ecosystem, and this application works on a DAO on Cardano. This will also make it possible to mint things like US stablecoins using SUSD on ADA, or using ADA as collateral. And they also intend to produce an AMM, which is basically a decentralized exchange, to trade all those assets together. Meld is another DeFi protocol similar to Aave on Ethereum. I am personally really interested in Meld, the project, so I'm most likely going to get involved with Meld with a good chunk of my Cardano. NFT gaming is also going to be a huge splash. We have a lot coming out already. Everything's flooding with NFT gaming. I just want to kind of give this disclaimer, this warning. With games, it's really hard to pick the right investment. It's just hard to see what's actually going to stick with the gaming community. But then again, I don't know much about that area. And finally, one of the last dApps that they write in this article is Empower, which Empower describes itself as a real fi, so a real estate finance kind of blockchain. And this is put in the world with a mission to kind of help increase affordable housing in Africa, so allowing kind of better real estate. Now, I don't know exactly the ins and outs of Africa and all the different countries and what their affordable housing looks like. I can imagine that some countries are probably less better off than other countries. I can only imagine that. But I'm hoping, at least for some of the destabilized countries within Africa, that this is a positive. I don't know enough about it. But this plans to implement sometime in 2023. So just to kind of pull you back a bit, the two that I'm looking at right now are Sundayswap and Meld. If we take a look at Sundayswap, you can clearly see that their website has kind of changed and upgraded. Obviously, they're in preparation for this Alonzo hard fork. So there's a lot that kind of is coming with this. And they did also get a pretty big investment of $1.3 million, kind of led by C Fund. I don't know if this came from C Fund, but it looks like the seed round was at least led by C Fund to kind of raise that capital for Sundayswap. And you can see on their website, they have C Fund as an investor. They also have Almeida Research as an investor, which you should know Almeida if you've kind of been in the crypto space since about 2017. And you can see here in Sundayswap's Medium account, they have numerous articles updating the community on what's going on. 3 days ago, they just had a weekly technical progress update, number 14. Seems that they're doing this every week. So this is probably a good idea to kind of keep involved and understand when the initial stake pool is going to be coming out, when all the updates are going to come. All of this is a work in progress. We obviously don't have this right away. It is going to take time before all of this is available. But if you are bullish on automated market makers and decentralized exchanges, Sundayswap is probably going to be one that you're going to look towards. And I get the food thing, the fact that there's Sundayswap frustrates me too. But at the end of the day, a good DEX is probably a good DEX. And we know that some of the telltale signs of a scam, being like one, that the team would be anonymous, is kind of taken down with everyone providing their full names, their stake in the company, and their LinkedIn profiles and their experience. So this kind of helps us alleviate the fact that it's not a scam. Now, that doesn't mean that scams can't be put on Sundayswap with rug pull tokens and everything else. Bad actors will still happen there. But of course, this gives us a little bit of a better sense of security that, hey, okay, we kind of like the team. We kind of like the direction that you're taking everything into. Maybe we're going to invest a little bit into this Sundayswap stuff. Meld is something that we took a look at on the live stream. A couple of people have mentioned this before, but this is banking on DeFi. So it's a lot of what Aave does. You can kind of deposit your capital for an interest rate. So you'll receive money for just depositing your money within there. And then you can take loans. So you can pull loans and use your ADA as collateral. You can, pay off debt if you need to with that loan. You can invest in another investment. If you take a loan, you don't pay taxes on that loan amount. You just pay back that loan. I know it sounds weird, like taking a loan on your crypto, but if you expect the price to go up, why sell it when you can just leverage it, take a loan off of it, and then pay that loan back later when your Cardano is worth a lot more? So it makes sense when you think about it that way. A lot of rich people leverage their assets to invest, right? Now, I'm not saying to do that specifically, but I am saying there are other ways other than just selling. Now, that being said, Meld gives a nice opportunity for you to do this DeFi, similar to what Aave did, but within the Cardano ecosystem. I'm usually impressed with what Aave has done, so I'm super excited to see what Meld can do. And again, same thing with the team. This is one big thing that you want to look out for any project. Is the team anonymous, or do we have their names and their LinkedIn information? So everyone here has their names, has a little brief bio, and has the LinkedIn information, so you can research each individual person before you're putting money into, which I greatly recommend you do. The people that you should look into the most are probably the CEOs, any CTOs, or any blockchain engineers typically are probably the ones that you want to focus on and where their experience is. And you can also see they have some pretty big partners, one being Polygon. So overall, there's a lot of bullish stuff happening within the space. So just some things to digest. Easily, I do think Cardano can reach that $4 mark, if not more. I am calling for around a $4.75 ADA, even before the end of the year. I'm calling for it as soon as things get a little bit more bullish here, as soon as we kind of recover from this downtrend. And I do think it's going to come. If you did like this video, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to the channel for more crypto news and content. And of course, happy hodling.